Hey everybody, it's Dana Khayos from Khayos Fitness, and I'm coming to you on day 6 of my recovery. This is part 2 of a video that I just recently did. The first one is how did I prepare for surgery? How did I get to the point that I want to get surgery? Now I want to talk about post-surgery. So you just went through surgery. Actually, here's a couple steps you need to, even before surgery, what you need to know. When you're with your doctor, you really prep is the key. Preparation is the key. They will literally give you a set of instructions, patient's instructions, what to do before surgery. Read these carefully, please do. And then what to do after surgery, all right? So before you even go under, now that you have your appointment, make sure you read these carefully and make sure that the people that will be taking care of you read these carefully. A lot of these involve, for example, you cannot take any certain supplements such as taking Advil or a leaf or ibuprofen, vitamin E, fish oil, aspirin, mainly because it will cause you to bleed out. And most of these, they even tell you to even discontinue them a week before you even go under the knife, because again, you could be at the risk of bleeding out. So make sure you please read this very, very important form. They tell you to stop smoking 2 weeks before in advance. If you'd like to drink, knock that crap off, all right? You can have some wine, but don't have a big hearty party and then go to surgery the next day. It will not work out, all right? The next thing is, if you do get sick, I'm in October right now. It is flu season. If you get flu season, let your doctor know, all right? So read your instructions really carefully, all right? So that is the first and foremost, all right? The other thing is what to do after surgery. But before we reach this, I want to talk a bit about some of the prep you should do at home. Now, before you even go in, I would even say 2 or 3 days before if you can. Make yourself like your own surgical healing bunker. Is pretty much what I did. I pull out cash on the side. One or two of my close friends were taking care of me. I pull out cash on the side because I know I will not be able to go to the ATM or to the store to purchase my own groceries. So I pulled out cash on the side and I trusted them. It's like, if I need bananas, if I need food, if I need medicine, please pay with this money right here. And these are two of my closest friends. I entrust them with my money. I entrust them with my wallet. So I am not very worried about it. So please, have someone that you really trust. All right. So I had cash on the side, so just in case I needed anything, they could get that for me. The other thing is, make sure you have your medications beforehand. Your doctor will give you medications on what to take before your surgery. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Do not procrastinate. Do not wait the day before the surgery, because God forbid you go to one of the pharmacies and they do not have it, and you're going to have to be hopping all over town trying to find the medication. And granted, these are pretty generic, but you still don't want to risk it. Do not procrastinate. Get this as soon as they give you the prescriptions. Have them set to the side and make sure you have them packed so you do not forget them. All right? Now, once you have that, what will you need around your bunker? First of all, you will need some pillows, and lots of them, because you will not be able to lay down flat. You will not be able to sleep on your side. You will have to sleep at an angle like this the entire time. So start building your bunker. If you're like me, who love to have her computer around, make sure that the night before you leave everything set up so the laptop is within arm's reach. So that way you have it there. The remote control is within arm's reach. If you play PlayStation, Xbox, have that right there too. Have your bunker pre-built. But make sure you do not lay in the middle of the bed. Make sure you lay it on the side of the bed, because here's the problem. Your entire center is pretty much beat up to death right now. It's been cut open, sucked, stretched, stitched back together. So if you ever try to get out of the center of your bed, you don't realize how much pressure you're putting on your core. So if you're at least just enough into the bed where you're not going to fall off, but you don't have to really struggle to get out, you'll be okay. So in my case, I've been sleeping on one side of my bed the entire time. So that way, if I need to use the restroom, someone needs to help me to get up, they don't have to try to dig me out from the center of the bed. I can just easily kind of turn over. They can help me lift up and I can go. The other thing, Make yourself a Netflix list. Okay, you never seen Orange is the New Black? Guess what? You're gonna be laid out for 2 weeks. House of Cards. What else they got? Peaky Blinders. I don't know, Sounds of Anarchy, Game of Thrones. If you've not seen any of these shows, make your Netflix list. You're gonna have plenty of time to watch all this. Yes. Now, when it comes to your clothing, I've actually, the first thing I even told my best friend, I told him, like, listen, I'm from the tropics. I like my house to be warm. However, it doesn't mean I like to keep it 80. I like to keep it like a 74 tops. He is into, he's from Wisconsin, so he likes to keep it cold. I told him, hey, you win. So we've been keeping the house at 68 degrees. The main reason for that is I just had surgery. If we keep the house cold, it gives it a less chance for bacteria to build because it's cold. You don't sweat as much. So that means you're not exposing yourself to having to bathe as much, which during the first couple of days, you're going to have to keep your bandages nice and dry. So that way you're not accidentally, creating bacteria and all kinds of stuff in there. I know that sounds really gross, but it'll make sense here in a second. So, yes, it has been a week. I have not set foot in a shower, but it does not mean I have not been cleaning myself. So let me tell you the trick. All right. So when I go to the bathroom, I have two things that I've acquired. First of all, they give you painkillers. Those things make you constipated as sin. So make sure you eat a lot of fruit, vegetables, add fiber, and eat some actual real food. Not this McDonald's, Burger King garbage. Eat some real food. It'll make your body feel a lot better quicker. But because of that, I picked up triple ply toilet paper. And not only that, but when I wipe, I also follow with flushable wipes. So that way I'm not only just wiping and keeping it clean, I'm also going the extra step and wiping the area and maintaining those really private areas really clean. Again, I won't be able to shower for a while because I'm wrapped up all the way around. All right. The other thing that I did get from the facility before I left, I asked them, please, if you have any of those pads you can put on the bed, and you see this a lot on the nursing homes, they put them down just in case a person has a little accident. Ask for a couple of these. And that seems kind of embarrassing, but let's face it, you're going to be in the surgery, you're medicated, you're not 100%. Let's say you just can't make it to the bathroom on time. Do you really want this to go all over your bed? No. So ask them if they can actually spare you a couple of these, so that way you have those in hand and you're sitting on them at least for the first couple of days until you're fully conscious. Now the next thing is clothing. All right. As I lost weight, I pretty much anticipated I might end up doing something like this. So I pretty much saved up as many of my larger clothes as I could. And I'm talking like, since I'm a medium now, I'm talking like my 1X. Mainly things that were easy to get into, such as my jackets, because you will not be able to put anything overhead for a little while. This is as far as my arms can go. All right. So like my jackets or my button-down shirts, or the other thing, I also save up what I like to call my give up on life pants, which are pretty much sweatpants. So I save up those, and I pretty much kept the most loose ones that I could find. The main reason is your body, again, you just been cut up, put back together. You cannot wear anything tight. The only thing you can wear tight is the stuff that they gave you, which would be like the little girder, which unfortunately is kind of hard to see from this point of view, but that's okay. So, but for the most part, just wear loose clothes. Wear loose clothes. Now, how do I bathe? Since I can't really get wet. So, here's where baby wipes come into place. Dun, dun, dun. Baby wipes are awesome. All right. Now, I literally been doing the bathing thing like every other day. I do not do it every day once because I'm trying not to overstress my body and the mobility. Two, I might not have someone available with me all the time. But every other day works out pretty good. And because I'm sitting in a house that's literally been sitting at 65 degrees, I don't really need to bathe all the time as long as I'm keeping my privates and my pits clean. So there's a couple of things of advice that I could give you guys. Now, when it comes to cooking, all right, there's a couple of things that you could do. Now, if you're like me where you eat it like a certain way, try to stock your fridge with as much of the stuff that you normally like to eat ahead of time. Not talking a week ahead of time. I'm talking like the day before. I eat like a lot of fresh foods, like, apples, bananas, things that will go bad. So I do not buy those too early on. I buy those at least a day before surgery. At least that's what I ended up doing. I also, because I had to eat low sodium, I went out and I bought spices and seasonings that were low sodium. So for example, one of my favorite ones that I like is Mrs. Dash. So Mrs. Dash right there, you can see salt free. Doesn't mean that's really low in sodium, but it's pretty darn low. So it's better than most of the stuff. You can see right there it says 0 sodium. Don't truly believe that, but it's as good as it's gonna get. So I bought those for my seasonings. I also kept in mind that I try to keep everything within arm's reach. So if I need to get up and cook myself something, everything is right here. There's my vitamins. There's my seasonings. If I need to have my oatmeal's right here. Normally this stuff is like really high up on the shelves, but as you can see, I cannot go past this point. So I'm keeping everything on the counter so I can reach it on my own if for whatever reason I'm by myself and I need to get something on my own. I did do the same thing with my clothing. Sometimes going into the closet is a very difficult thing. I mean, you have to open a door and you have to go in there and dig. What I did is I grabbed a really big, you know, those little like grocery bags, the really large ones, or an IKEA bag. I pull out all of my loose clothes and I put it there. And I put it somewhere in the bed beside me. So let's say I need to take a shower. There's nobody nearby, but I need to reach, you know, a new sweater or a pair of pants. I can just go into the bag, grab the 2 items, go to the bathroom, wipe myself down, change my clothes, and that'll be the end of that. So I made a lot of things a lot easier for myself or for whoever's taking care of me. So preparation this time around actually came in handy. It's been great for me. I've been able to actually do a lot of things on my own. Even though I shouldn't be doing it, but I am pretty much a very active person, and don't worry, my friends have been keeping an eye on me. But it's good for me to stay active and move around. If you pretty much just sit still the entire time, you're at risk of getting like blood clots and stuff. So it's very good that whenever you get a chance, move around. For me, for the first week, my main goal is to be able to go to the kitchen, go to the bathroom, and be able to navigate through the house by myself on my own. And that's been my goal, and I pretty much achieved that so far. My goal for the following 2 weeks after that is to be able to, once I'm off my medication, which will be my pain meds, be able to take myself to work and be able to function normally. Not talking about, you know, carrying all my groceries in one shot, because I won't be able to do that for a little while. But at least be able to go to work, function at work, come back home, do errands and all that fun stuff on my own without having to be babysit. So that's my main goal after that. And then hopefully within a month, I really look forward to going back to NUCO and start walking in the treadmill and work my way back up. And then hopefully by January, I can be back at CrossFit Furious and then start doing a little bit of weights and start getting back into my CrossFitting so I can finish my transformation. So anyway, sorry if I sound kind of crazy, but this is some of the stuff that I've learned. And, you know, hopefully this will help somebody else who's going through the process of going through this procedure. There's a lot of things that I took a really long time to think about because, you know, at the time when you're going through the process, you're just like, I'm getting my surgery. You're not really thinking about all the other stuff that you're going to be going through after the surgery. And let's face it, I mean, it's kind of like, I'm a female, I go to the grocery store, I know exactly what I'm going to get. But ladies and me guys, you know, you might have your partner, you send them to do the groceries, they might not come back quite with exactly what you want. So if you're kind of like me and you pretty much are I must have this one item, make sure you have it available for yourself, make sure you make it easier for you to access it if you really need it. But for the most part, just make it easy on yourself, sit back and relax, and just, you know, try to stay active as much as you can, listen to your body, and, you know, hopefully your healing process will go as quickly as possible. So, but anyway, this has been Anna Khayos. Thank you for joining me. You guys rock, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.